following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. A Merry Christmas, and we're having our Christmas party here at the Duke & Duke offices here in snowy Philadelphia, where the temperature is going to be 74 degrees tomorrow, if you can believe that. We are going to go surfboarding over at Atlantic City tomorrow. No, we're not either. Anyway, I've posted an article about Paula Douglas. It was from CBS News in Phoenix. Basically what happened, someone stole the Christmas lights from a family that had a child that was handicapped, and there were some presents stolen and some other stuff, and Paula, being the person that she is, took it upon herself to replace everything, and she drove up one night and left the presents on the door, and she didn't tell anybody who she was or anything, but they did have a camera, and they got the license plates, and they tracked her down for doing the good deed, and then they recreated the whole thing and put it on CBS. And the reason why they did it is they were looking for human interest stories, because there's so much crap out there about terrorists and whatever is going on in the world, and we got enough of that stuff, that they wanted just a really good human interest story. And so she did it, and it started a landslide that people started to really started to give to people that really needed it. And that was one thing that Mark Douglas was really big on. He really enjoyed it. He loved to cook. Most of you guys that knew him know that he was an incredible cook, chef quality, of course. And Thanksgiving, he would go to the missions. He liked the St. Vincent de Paul there in Scottsdale, and when he lived in Tucson, we used the Gospel Mission, and the Gospel Mission is run by Spike Lee's brother. And many times Spike Lee, many times, 2 or 3 times, he would be there during the holidays, working right along with everybody else with his baseball cap, and a pretty nice guy. He's really a really nice fellow. But that's what Mark really loved to do. He really tried to help a lot of people, which he did. So that's his legacy. Okay, we'll talk about the markets here. It's going to be very quiet. This is the slowest day of the year. We close at I believe 12:15 Central Time, which is 1 o'clock Eastern, as I recall, and we'll see if there's going to be much action. I doubt very seriously if we do get much action at all. We've got a couple interesting things that people have sent me over the evening about the different markets and things that are going on. The one that I'd like to show you that shows pretty much what's happening with some of these stocks that have been moving to the upside. By the way, we did hit the exact 786 in the S&P yesterday at that 2055 level. We got back up there again last night. The NASDAQ just made the 61% retracement. The Dow Jones Industrials E-mini went above the 61% retracement and then came back. It's now trading right at that level. But the chart that you're looking at right now comes from Bespoke. It's one of the financial websites, and it shows basically what they call the FANGs. That's your Facebook. It's Facebook, Netflix, Amazon, Google, and they also S is the S for Starbucks. And I got the wrong chart up. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Boy, Santa's in the wrong house tonight. This is basically what happens during the Santa Claus rallies over the past 70 or 80 years. As you can see, we're way down in the lower end of this for the Santa Claus rally. So we have one heck of a rally for 3 days. But whether we continue or not, we'll have to wait and see. That's basically what is showing is the relationship of where we are now to where we've been at previous Santa Claus rallies over the past 28 years. And you see we're in the lower end. That could mean that we're getting ready, to rally even more. Now, let me get to the chart that I was trying to talk about here, and we'll see if Santa can finally get this thing moving. My little 4-year-old wanted to know why my belly was the same size as Santa Claus, and I told him, I said, that's where I hide all my toys, and he immediately tried to find them, but fortunately for his mother, they pulled him away. Okay, let's see if I can find this chart. Please make sure I can. I found the chart. There we go. This is known as the Amazon, Netflix, Google, and then the S is for Starbucks. And you'll notice that the charts on the upper part are showing you the different relationships of how those stocks have done. But if you look at the percentage of stocks that are above the 200-day moving average, you can see that that's been cut in half since January 1st. So the whole year, many of these stocks are still, down on the year. And this is not a good thing. And we are actually down a little bit. I think the NASDAQ is up, the S&P is down a small percentage, and the Dow is down a small percentage for the year. So that could mean something, very interesting also. And if we take a look, I want to get the election cycle here. Boy, I put these things in order, and then just as when I get them in order, I try to look at them, and then they hide from me. I don't know what happened to these darn things. Boy. Boy, when you have CRS, there's just no medication for it. That's the problem. I think this is it. Hold on. No, that's not it either. Shut the front door. All right, let's get back to something that I understand. Well, something that I can put up in a chart anyway. Let's switch over to the currencies because we've got a couple of big things happening. I want to put this up to show you. Yeah, he certainly was, Dennis. The first thing. He asked me, he said, does your belly shake like a bowl full of jelly? Because that's in the song, Okay. Anyway, this is the what we call the Obi-Wan Kenobi trade from Tom O'Brien. If you go back about 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago, in 2011, he coined the phrase King Dollar when the King Dollar was, what's it, 100. And as you notice that we've had these trend lines that have been going on for quite some time, and we are hugging that trend line right now. As you can see from the far right hand side there, we are holding these this dollar yen. So if we break here, I think if we do break, all we'll do is we'll get a really good place to to buy it, hopefully around that 110 level. The dollar yen, not the dollar index. So the dollar yen is about 120. So if we got that down to about 110, that would be touching that old high, and it would also be the 382 retracement, and then would be looking at something for another move to the upside. But right now we've made fact is today we've nicked the really key level that we've been watching, and that's at we're right at that level right now at the 120 and change level. And as you can see from the shorter term, day so that's usually a good sign that those two and we had 3 really strong days of rally, which I was expecting 3 days of rally, but I didn't think we were going to get, to the 786 retracement. Now I want to show you something that really surprises me. Give me 1 second here, because these are the things that I have to bring to your attention, because I think they're relatively important here, and we'll see if we can anybody hear me out there? And uh-oh, bad juju here. Uh-oh, 10-4, 10-4. You know what? I think I've got knocked off the line. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I'm on the line. Hello, no, I'm here. I'm here. Okay. Sorry, folks. My computer just flashed like everything was out, but evidently it's going on. I don't know what the problem is. I've got a very strong internet connection here. Huh. Very strange. Okay, we'll just go on and we'll move on here to the next one and see what's happening. And you know what I think it is? I think it's the fact that the Santa has to use a helicopter this year because there's no snow to land the sleigh on top of the roof. So that's probably the reason. I tried to explain that to my little 4-year-old grandson, and he'll have to figure out how to do that by himself. Now, there's one chart here that it better be in here because I spent a great deal of time. I've got it right here. Okay. Well, I wanted to show you here where we are with the S&P, and then what I want to do is I want to show you the New York Stock Exchange Index, because what the New York Stock Exchange Index did, folks, for the first time since I've been looking at the bear side of this market going back to March 19th, we actually were stronger in the New York Stock Exchange Index these last 3 days than we were in any of the indices. The New York Stock Exchange Index went back and touched the same high that we made back on November the 2nd. All we did in the S&P was make a 786, 61% in the NASDAQ, at least so far, and in the Dow Jones, we made a 61% retracement. So for some reason, and I don't know what that reason is, the New York Stock Exchange Index was actually stronger these last 3 days than we've had at any time in this past rally that we had. And that tells us that we better pay attention to that, because we've been looking at that divergence as, one of the key things to tell us that this market looks very, very bearish. Now, if that changes, that makes everything a lot different. That's just nothing else you can do, is to realize that that's what the bottom line is, and there's nothing else you can do about it. So go on and see what happens. I had a question, and we're going to have to probably cover this at the break, and this was to go over the aspect chart that Shane Smolian gave us, and he's the co-author of the book we did on astro cycles. And as you can see, starting the 24th, you can see the 24th and 25th. That's the height of the positive cycles. These are the things that were done through the work that was done in the 1930s at Princeton on the positive or negative effect of the planets. And I'm not sure the physiological reasoning behind it, but it's scientific work that's been accepted for years, so way beyond my pay grade. But anyway, it just shows that there's a positive bias that should be ending. Here we are, Christmas Eve, and then we should have a downward bias into January 6th. Okay, we're getting ready to refill the hors d'oeuvre table here at the Duke & Duke offices, and we'll be right back after these few words.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Larry takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Okay, folks, I wanted to talk a little bit about the open interest situation that we have going on in the Treasury bond market and also in the E-mini market. Also the crude oil market. The crude oil market, the open interest has been rising, and the price has been rising, and that tells you that the market could be strong. Remember, the last few days we had a decrease in open interest in the shut the front door here, in the crude oil when it was making its bottom, and now the open interest is starting to increase. That means that market could be increasing. With the bond market, we had falling prices, and now we've had a rising open interest in the Treasury bonds. The last 2 days, we've had two really strong days of increases in open interest as prices have been dropping. That tells you that market is weakening. So we want to keep in mind that with this situation that we have a positive open interest for crude oil, and we have a negative open interest for Treasury bonds, and also interest in the options expiration and triple witching. This was into yesterday. We had a rising market with a falling open interest, which is telling you that the market is weakening. That just means that shorts are covering and there's no new buying coming in. That's what that means from a concept of the number of buyers and sellers that are coming in into the market. We're going to be opening here. Looks like we're going to be up a little bit this morning. As always, we seem to be opening higher just about all the time. Now, the Canadian dollar has started to break. Let's try that again, Larry. Started to rally. And that's one of the other thing that we've been watching is that potential bottom in the Canadian dollar. We're now up about $3.50 in crude oil off the bottom, and so there's a pretty good potential here that we've had a major turn in this market, and we're going to see how much more it has to the upside. And of course, this is another slow day. All the markets will be slow today, folks. In fact, I haven't got one friend that's at at any trading desk. They're all gone. I mean, they're all with their families, and which this old cowboy is going to be in about 34 minutes. We took my little 4-year-old to his first movie yesterday. And it was the Disney movie about the good dinosaur, and it was a real bomb. There were my wife and I and Avery and 2 other people in the theater that set 220 people. The theater was relatively busy because Star Wars was there, but even the Star Wars movies were only about half full. We went in to see a little bit of Star Wars because it's really loud and exciting. He was a little anxious with that, but the dinosaur movie was a total bomb. He just said, "This is very boring. I don't like this," and so we left. And so we did get our money back, because they have a thing with little kids with their movies. If it's their first movie and they don't like it, Regal Theaters here in Philadelphia will give the money back from the child and the parents. So we were only out the cost of a small popcorn, so it wasn't too bad. Okay, next question we had today was about Apple. Folks, I think Apple is going lower. I know the whole world loves Apple. It's got $2,000 billion in cash, but they're lowering the prices on their iWatches, their Apple Watches, which is telling you they're not selling very well. And I don't think that's very much of their business anyway, but the stock is still in a downtrend. We've had nothing but lower tops through here. So, that's just the way it looks. I mean, it's just a bearish chart. I mean, we've had 3 pretty good days of rally, but frankly, Apple's rallied a lot less than some of the other things that have been out there. Now, there was another chart that I wanted to bring up before we get to the break, and then we'll get into the gold and silver and some of the commodities. And we'll just put up this chart. This is from one of our listeners. This is from Robert Schiller from Yale University. It just shows you the relationship between PE ratios over the last 135 years. And as you can see, this is one of the second highest. Actually, it's the third highest. 1929 was the highest, and then we had another one in 2000, and this is the third highest PE ratio that we've had over the thing. When you stop and think what they've been doing with PE ratios of cutting costs and then also buying back their stock, this is actually skewed a little bit because of low interest rates. They're able to do, a lot of internal borrowing and stuff. So we'll wait and see. We'll be right back. We'll talk a little bit about the Bradley model.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization optimization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
It's true. Life is all about choices. At Everbank, they're making it easy for you to make a smart one with this special cash offer. Open a new yield pledge money market account with funds from another financial institution, or deposit new funds into an existing yield pledge money market account, and you could earn up to a $500 cash reward. And if you're opening a new account, you'll also get their new higher 6-month bonus interest rate, along with their yield pledge promise that ensures your yield will always be in the top 5% of competitive accounts at banks nationwide. Open a new account or add to one. It's your choice. To qualify, you must meet balance and other limited time offer requirements. Go to everbank.com/TFNN for details and deposit options, or speak with one of their banking specialists at 1-855-750-4051 for more information. You must act by December 31st, 2015 to be eligible. Everbank is a member FDIC.
TFNN has just announced a brand new morning lineup that is geared specifically for traders in this volatile traders market. Every morning at 8 a.m., John Logan starts things off with his daily program, The Global Market Pulse. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento trades the market during the market open Monday through Friday on Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom O'Brien hosts the Money Masters for the hour, and Basil Chapman hosts his Tiger Technicians Hour at 11 a.m. From 8 a.m. till noon every market day, these traders are with you as they provide up-to-the-second market information so that you can make the most educated and profitable trades possible. The new TFNN morning lineup is happening right now. Tune in to see for yourself what kind of actionable trading discussion they have each morning, Monday through Friday, starting at 8 a.m., live only on Tiger TV at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, folks, we're back, and I have a very unusual question. I'm going to cover it here in just a minute, but I just wanted to show you the U.S. dollar versus the Canadian dollar here. This is the U.S. dollar rallying against the Canadian dollar, and what you want to do now is you want to buy the Canadian dollar. We have these equal moves that have been going on since 1974. This is the chart from our good friend Jim Bartolioni, and that's really what we're looking at here for potential. We've seen the pattern so many times before, and what's interesting about this one is the fact that the Canadian dollar has a correlation to the to crude oil like nothing else we have. You can notice the correlation on this chart is probably close to about 80-85%, just eyeballing it. So I would be really watching, the crude oil here, which we've already been watching, of course, and then also the Canadian dollar. So those are the ones that we'll be looking at. Oh, we got a caller from Santa Claus Land in California. Brent, are you there?
I am, Larry. Good morning.
Happy holidays to you, my friend.
Same to you. That was the main purpose of my call, was to wish you and your family, obviously, a Merry Christmas, a happy, healthy, prosperous New Year. Just really appreciate all your help, over this last year, and it's great having, you on the show every day. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, every day is a prep. Got to unwrap it one day at a time, especially when you're in the 7 furlong of an 8 furlong race. How's your rain situation out there?
It's been great. We're getting some today, and it's supposed to be on Christmas Day. It's going to clear up and actually be pretty nice for, a few days, which is that's helpful too to let things dry out a bit. But it's been so far good. A lot of snow, a lot of rain, just exactly what we need.
Yeah, that's good. Well, it's going to be very, very warm here in Philadelphia. It's 65 here today with a little bit of rain, and then tomorrow it's going to go up to 74, which beats the old record set last year by 10 degrees. 74 degrees is going to be warmer than it will be in Tucson.
That's amazing. Just think at this time of year you could be that warm.
That's for sure.
Boy. So I wanted to give you props on your call on the oil. You were on that early on and kind of, getting that one set up, and that's worked out well. And I think I kind of use ExxonMobil as my proxy for that, and obviously looking at the Canadian dollar, the other stuff that you had mentioned. And I think it's such a one-sided trade. It was getting pretty lopsided, and I guess my other question was on natural gas. Was a similar kind of trade. I was hoping you could look at that.
I do watch natural gas, but boy, that's not for the faint of heart. That thing jumps 10, 15 cents like the old pork bellies used to do. So a person really needs to, what we need to do is we need to get that natural gas specialist that we had on from our good friend Rich Anderson. I'll have him on right after the first of the year, the fellow down in Houston. I believe his name is... I think his name is Jeremy, but I'll get that from information from Rich, and I'll have him on right after the first of the year, because he's a pretty smart fellow, and I know he'll be able to give us some good information on that. But thank you for reminding me that. I'm going to write it down right now. Otherwise, I will forget.
Yeah, we're getting some indicators on some of the stuff that they've potentially are put in some kind of bottom.
Well, we've rallied $3.50 in oil. Nobody thought that could happen, and whether that's just a bear market rally, so far that's all it is. But the real key is going to come when we have our first correction. I'm watching for a potential 382 correction in this, which at this particular level, we'll be looking at the market coming down about $1.20 a barrel. And there'll be some kind of a bearish news probably that pushes it down, and then we'll see if that is the spot where we'll be able to hold, and then we'll know from there what the next leg will be.
Yeah, and it sounds like the grains would be something to be watching going into the
next
year.
The grains, the same situation in grains. We had a 28-cent rally in soybeans, and so far we haven't even been able in 5 days, there's 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, today, we've not been able to make a 382 retracement. We're still 10 cents away. So I'm watching that very, very closely. That's a really positive sign for beans to rally that much and then just really grudgingly, pull back a little bit. So that's another one that I'm watching. And anytime right after the Christmas holidays is when we'll be looking for the first start of a move. And this weather that's going on out here, could be a prelude to something, really dramatic. You can't tell the weather more than 5 days in advance, but this is one of the things you might want to think of. I mean, a tornado in the Midwest in December. Hello. That's something out of a Stephen King movie.
Exactly. No, it's been interesting. It's I can see there being some potential situations with the weather that are going to affect the grains for sure. So, anyways, I won't take any more of your time. Just have a wonderful holiday and enjoy your family, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon.
You bet, my friend. Happy New Year to you, and happy holidays to you and your family.
All right, take care, Larry.
You bet. Thanks a lot, Brant. Okay, California's getting some good weather this year, wet weather finally. They're starting to, Lake Cachuma, which is the lake just north of Santa Barbara where Michael Jackson's Neverland is located, is starting to get a little bit of water in it. It's down about 90%. If you can see that lake when it's filled, it reminds you of a sunny Lake Tahoe because it's so beautiful, but it's basically been empty for 3 years, and now it's starting to fill up. To see the pictures before and after, it's really, really dramatic. But finally, we're starting to see if that's going to change the drought situation. I remember 1988 when Mark was there too, but Mark Douglas and Rich Anderson came out to spend a week with us at the trading house, and we went by Lake Kachuma, and it was the same thing. It was really dry. I mean, about one half of what it was half filled compared to being only 10% filled now. And Rich said next year, he said, this will be filled. And we joked about it. And he was saying, he said, no, El Nino's coming. And he said that'll change the pattern, and they'll start getting more rain than they need. And boy, sure enough, they had mudslides, and the following year that lake was full, and it stayed full up until 3 years ago when that big drought started to happen. So we'll see how this finally transpires. Well, we've got another looks like about another 13 minutes here on the show to take some questions, and I'm going to answer this one. It's a personal question, but someone asked me by email, and I will tell you. They asked me what was my one of my saddest days in the market, and you're not going to believe this, folks, but this is the truth. It was my birthday in 1974, and it was in July, of course. That's when my birthday is. And I was standing in the promenade, which was the old super mall in Beverly Hills. And I had just finished a campaign in, I forget what it was. I don't even remember. It could have been anything. Anyway, I had a brand new car. Well, I had two brand new cars. I had two homes. I had my college education for my kids put away. I had 7 figures in the bank. And my mother had died the year before, so I was a little sad. I was very sad about that. And I was standing there in the mall. I had a brand new Rolex on, and I had tears in my eyes. I had nothing that I wanted to buy. I had everything. And I said, WTF, what is going on here? And 9 weeks later, I owed Conti $2,700. Now, if you know how bad you have to trade in order to lose that much money in that short a period of time, you do that really simple, folks. You buy in a down market and don't use stops, because it's goodbye car, goodbye wife, goodbye whatever. I mean, it just keeps going down until you have no money left. Fortunately, we didn't have a CFTC at that time or an NFA. The margins were taken care of by the firms themselves. And Conti, because I had spent so much money in commission with them, I was paying $40 a trade, that they gave me a lot of leeway. I traded out of the debit over a period of about 5 weeks and a move in bellies. Then I didn't trade for well over a year. All I did was study, and that's when I really got into the Gartley book, and it was the best loss I ever took, because if I hadn't have done that, the rest of it would have made any difference at all, because I wouldn't have learned a god darn thing. Because until you got to think, folks, the smart man learns from his mistakes, but the wise man learns from the mistakes of others. And that's why reading these books can really be helpful, especially the book, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, his Disciplined Trader book, but most importantly is the Reminiscences of a Stock Operator by Jesse Livermore. And look at Livermore's life. I mean, people say that he died bankrupt. He died, he was not bankrupt. He didn't have any money because he gave all the money away. It was in trust funds and stuff. And I happened to talk to a couple of people that knew the guy, and one of the guys that he knew was a family friend that wrote a book out of Jim Schmitten, I think was his name. And he did have money. He wasn't nearly as wealthy as he used to be, but he was heartbroken because the woman that he loved ran away with somebody else, and that's why he killed himself. That's what it said on the napkin that he wrote. But anyway, it's not about money. When you see these license plates that say the man who dies with the most toys wins, that's such a crock of crap. Nobody can take the money with you, folks. So you got to try to help people, especially during the Christmas season. Do something nice. If you're a person that doesn't give very much away, find somebody on the street that's looking for a handout, and as long as he's not smoking or drinking, give him whatever he asks for. He asks for $2, give him $2. If he asks for $20, give him $20. I swear to you, you'll never get asked for more than $5. Hardly ever. And we've been doing this together as a team. My buddy Byron Tucker and Jimmy Schmidt, one of my floor trading buddies from the 80s, we do this all the time. Whenever anybody asks us for something, as long as they meet that criteria, we give them to it. But anyway, who knows? No one cares about that. Okay, we got a caller from Lost Wages. Lloyd, are you there?
Hi, Larry, Mr. Pesavento. How are you? Merry Christmas to you and your family, and all the best in the new year.
Larry will do just fine, Lloyd. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to thank you for you were in a group that I belonged to almost 2 weeks ago, and you sent us the Private Thoughts Diary, and I wanted to thank you for that.
Wow.
I'm about halfway through it, and I can't believe that I've taken so long to get into trading. It's kind of like, the metaphysics part of my studies, and now I've been studying astrology for close to 30 years, but I've never tried to do the application to trading, and so I look forward to doing that application. I listened to your show yesterday, and you had a gentleman
Norm
on.
Winsky. You really need to get in touch with him, Lloyd. He'll be a big help to you. He really understands this stuff really well, and he's done it in a trading sense so that he's able to understand it really well. So you need to contact him.
Okay, and that was the phone number that you gave out yesterday?
Yeah, that 239 number. Yes.
Okay. I've never tried that application to it, and I hear you talk about it all the time, and I was like, wow. I had an old friend, God rest her soul. She used to do astrology charts on racehorses, but she would do natal charts on the jockeys. And then, we have to have a starting point. So she'd take a natal chart, and then she'd overlay it. And then she would take the starting point of when the racetrack was on the inception point, and she would overlay all that. And she was quite good at predicting, on win times. She owned some websites, and she did that all with astrology. And quite frankly, I didn't really believe in it at the time, although, I was an avid student of astrology, but it turned out that she was quite accurate with it. And then listening to you, it's kind of like, wow, it's like, what's going on here in the cosmos?
Hey, Lloyd, I want to tell you, the last time I had a winner in the Kentucky Derby was 1987 with Ferdinand, so don't rely on me for winners for the ponies, okay?
Oh, no, I don't bet the ponies. I'm strictly, I trade the S&P and oil for now, and I ended up disabled, and this might become my full-time endeavor in life to start trading. I'm in my mid-50s, so
you're just a kid. You're just a kid, so you're okay.
I'm just a kid. Yeah. And you and I have a mutual friend also. His name is Nick. He's out of San Diego. I've actually got a picture of you and he.
He's a big horse player.
Yeah, Nick and he's been teaching me about how to set up the Pesavento patterns and do the ABC, AB equals CD.
Yeah,
and,
he owns horses. Yeah.
Yes. Wonderful.
That's Nick Palladino, right? Yeah, that's who it is.
You got it. Yeah, Nick Palladino.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Anyway, is there any way that I could leave your receptionist my personal phone number, and you and I could have a conversation off air?
You're talking to my receptionist.
Oh, you are the receptionist.
I am. What do you need, my friend?
I wanted to give you my phone number, and
sure,
we
go
could
ahead.
have a private
702
591
591
0525.
0525.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to you offline when you have a moment. I know you're such a busy man, and
I have a little bit of free time in April of 2019. So as soon as I get closer to that time frame, I'll give you a call. Okay?
You booked me in on that.
I'll call you later today, Lloyd. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Happy holidays to you, my friend.
Happy holidays. Thank you, Larry.
You bet. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You bet. We'll be right back, folks.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Okay, folks, we're back and we're winding up the Christmas show here at TFNN. And all I want to mention to you is that we close early today on the slowest volume day of the year. And I think that we're going to be looking at a very choppy market to the downside coming into 2016. That's what the Bradley model has shown us. However, the overall trend in the Bradley model last year inverted 2 or 3 times, which is normal, but the trading dates were pretty good. We've got a good trading date coming up here on January the 6th. We should be topping here today on Christmas Eve with a negative bias heading down into January 6th. So remember the long-term chart that we focused every week in the letter, and that is the New York Stock Exchange Index chart that shows that the market has been going down for a considerable remarkable length of time with decreasing breadth, which is just absolutely horrible. It's getting worse and worse as we've shown many different time frames of looking at it, but that's the main thing. But this is the first time that the New York Stock Exchange Index has actually been stronger than any of the other indexes these last few days. I don't know, it's because people just picking dogs as opposed to cats. I don't know what it is, but for 2 days, the New York Stock Exchange Index did go back and match that high that we made back on December the 21st. So, which was last Friday's high. Let's try that again. The 19th. The 18th, which was last Friday's high. So we'll see what happens. The S&P, all the others went to the S&P went to the 786, the NASDAQ to the 618. So we're starting to see a little bit of rollover here, and we'll just watch this as we go through. We'll be watching the grain markets, of course, and also gold and silver. Gold and silver are looking pretty good, folks. Silver and gold is not backing off very much at all. After we made that low down at 1048 a week ago, we've only been able to make a 382 retracement at 1068. As long as we can stay above 1068 in the gold, we got a chance to break out above 1100. Merry Christmas, everyone. Do something nice for somebody else because they have a heck of a lot less than you, and may God bless.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.